Hi, my name is Brent. For a few years, I used to be like a heavy drug user, and I've been clean for about 5 years, 5 or 6 years now. And I got in an accident a few years back, maybe four or three, and I broke my wrist and a few bones in my hand. So I had surgery, and they put me on a medication called Tramadol, well, Ultram, but the generic brand is Tramadol. And the doctor assured me, and I told him that I was a drug addict and that I would become addicted to anything he gave me. And he assured me that Tramadol is non-addictive. There's no chance of addiction. So I started taking that, and of course I got addicted to it. But I kind of liked it, and I'm not saying like it doesn't really get you high, and certainly not high like I'm used to. So I don't even consider it a high. And most of my friends and I had cleaned up, and they were ex-drug users, and their drug of choice was pills. Mine never was. It was always speed. And they would laugh when I told them that I was addicted to Tramadol. But the strongest effect that it has on you, as far as like a high, is like a drowsiness, and it's very mild. I liked it for another reason. It seemed to really kind of level me out. Like before, I would just hate doing repetitive things at work. Like it would drive me nuts. And at the time, I was a shutter manufacturer. I would just get so bored, and just want to do anything other than the same boring thing. And when I started taking that medication, I noticed that it didn't matter what I was doing, I was okay doing it. I was fine doing the most repetitive things. And I had a fine attitude, nothing really bothered me. And so I had heard a news report about, I think it was Iraq, where they were using that, and they've made it illegal. Like it's totally illegal drug over there, I'm pretty sure. And they called it the happy pill. And I can see why, because it certainly had that effect on me. It was like it was like an antidepressant, and I've looked into it, and it does have antidepressant qualities, though I don't think it's really prescribed for that. It does affect serotonin levels, like strongly. One of the negative effects of withdrawal is can be serotonin. What's it called? Serotonin syndrome, and that can be fatal, from what I understand. I don't know. And over the course of the last 3 or 4 years, I've been on this stuff in varying dosages. At one point, it was, at least as high as 800 milligrams a day, which is, I buy 50 milligram tablets, and that's I don't know why my math's all fucked up. 800 milligrams divided by 50 milligrams is what? Freaking 16 pills a day. And the last year or so, I'm down to about 6. Yeah, about 6. And I order these online because to go to a pain management clinic and give them a line of bullshit so that I can get these is going to cost $300 a month, plus then you get the medication. The medication's cheaper. It's only $4 at Walmart. But I order online, and it's $100, and that's about $100 a month. So I save some money there. But anyway, the reason I'm making this video is that now that I've given you some background, the reason I'm making this video is that I have begun to get off it, like completely. And I'm down now to the last 2 days. I only have taken 100 milligrams, which is down from 300 milligrams, what I'm used to taking, which is 6 pills. I take 2 pills a day. Today I'm probably going to take 3 because I get these from, I think they come from like Pakistan or India or something, and they're not like USD pharmacy grade pills. Like I've noticed that sometimes one pill isn't 50 milligrams. It doesn't feel the same. Anyway, but that's unimportant. So I feel like shit. I feel awful, and the side effects of withdrawal are like restless. You never had restless leg syndrome? You know, like where your legs feel like you just have to keep moving them. Well, it's like restless body syndrome, and especially a lot of pain in the back. Like all my muscles up my spine feel like they're cramping. You know, like really bad. Like a Charlie horse up every muscle in your spine. And there, of course, is diarrhea, things like that. I'm sorry to be gross, but cold sweats, hypersensitivity through your skin. You know, like when you're laying in bed, it feels like your cotton sheets are made of sandpaper. I haven't really experienced, it's not that stuff, because I didn't go cold turkey this time, because it's just miserable. But I just one day was sitting here and noticed that I was just staring blankly at the stupidest YouTube videos. And I realized that it's the medication. I was like in a stupor. You know, not high at all. Anybody who's taken Tramadol knows you don't get high off of it. But just in a stupor, just like staring blankly. You know, so I just said, fuck that. You know, I don't need that. And right now I'm living with my mother and all kinds of crazy shit. And I swear that if I hadn't been on this medication, by now I would have already moved on. But the medication keeps you so just fine with everything. You know, you just don't care. Like I don't worry about anything, even though I should. I'm not going to go through the litany of shit going on in my life, but it's pretty bad, and I should be worried about it. You know, but I'm not, and I know that's the medication. You know, some worry is good. You know, worrying about things that you can't change is not good, but these are things that I could change over some period of time, but I'm pretty sure because of the medication, I just don't care. I don't care. I just don't stress over it, and it's easy to forget about it. So anyway, I've decided to get off of it, and that it only costs $100 a month, which is it's not that terribly bad. The cost has never been an issue, but I have to be, my goal for my immediate life is to be as self-sufficient on as little as possible, to be happy on as little as possible, because I personally believe that here very soon we are going to have another 08, but worse. You know, we're going to experience hyperinflation, things like that, and I'm not going to get caught in all that, unemployed, you know, addicted to medication and not knowing if I can get it. I'm scared. I totally agree with the Occupy movement, but I wouldn't go protest because I'm scared to death I'd get arrested and be detoxing in a jail cell. And to detox cold turkey off of Tramadol after you've taken it for years, it's a nightmare. It would be horrible. No sleep for 3 or 4 days, diarrhea every 5 minutes, just awful feelings. So I'm down. If I were to get in trouble or somehow not be able to get to my medication now, I would be severely uncomfortable, but I would be okay. You know, it wouldn't kill me, which is great. And for the first 3 days of the detox, and I'm not completely detoxed, of course, I'm still taking 2 a day, 100 milligrams a day. And here, just to show you, I have an entire bottle. There's 180 in here. And I just opened these the other day, so I've only taken a couple out of there. I have a full bottle, and my goal is that by the end of that, or even before, that I be completely off of it. So I thought I'd make this video, and I'm sure I'm not the only person that has gotten addicted to these things, because doctors feel safe prescribing them. You know, a lot of doctors, I came from Florida, and doctors were getting put in prison for 60 years, you know, and stuff for overprescribing Oxycontin, things like that. So a doctor feels a lot more comfortable prescribing Tramadol, because it's not nearly as dangerous, and it's not as addicting. So I'm sure there's lots of people out there that are addicted to Tramadol. And it's a pretty serious addiction. I've been at work and start to come off of it, like you can feel it leaving your system when you need more. And forgive me for looking down. My monitor is hooked to the camera, so anyway. So I just want to let people out there know that you can do it. And the way I've done it so far, I've been thinking about it for a long time, and then what I did is I took a normal dosage, went to sleep, then I slept for a long time, and when you wake up you feel like crap. Your back's killing you, and immediately when you get up you take 2 pills or whatever. You know, I usually took 2, and then in 30 minutes I felt much better, felt normal. So what I did was when I got up I took 1 pill, you know, and I did feel better in 30 minutes, but I didn't feel fine. You know, I kind of felt crappy, sort of like I was sick. And I just said, fuck it, man. I'm just going to take 1 and I'll take another one if I just can't stand it. You know, not like a serious, like I am cutting down to this milligrams and that's it. But more of a, like, this is how I've always approached getting off drugs or changing a bad habit that I've gotten myself. I'm really habit prone. Is just to take it lightly and do a little at a time. You know, if I have, with this, I always, now, whenever this 100 milligrams becomes normal, I feel normal when I take that and there's no withdrawal left, I'll cut back to 1 pill. And I'll probably cut that pill in half, take half in the morning and half at night. Or I'll just take 1 before I go to bed. That way I can sleep soundly, you know, and that's a lot of hours while you're sleeping that your body can detox. You know, and it's much preferable to be able to sleep through a detox than to do it while you're awake. So, anyway, wish me luck, and thanks for watching. And if you have any question on anything, one day I will start an addiction page, but as of yet, my mother is still alive, and there's a lot of things that any drug user who is used doesn't want their mother or anybody they know immediately to. One day I'll start a YouTube channel that's separate from mine, from this one, that everybody that I know can see, and it'll be centered around addiction. You know, how to get clean, how to cope with it, things like that, you know, because if there's one thing I know is addiction, and habits, and just being a fuck up. I'm pretty good at that. So I'll make that page and one day, but this is pretty light stuff. Tramadol addiction is sort of like aspirin addiction to me, but it's damn serious. And if you're addicted to it, it kind of sucks. You know, it's like smoking. You know, you can't leave the house without your cigarettes. You can't, stuff like that, shit like that. So anyway, wish me luck, and I'll post again in a little while, tell you how I'm doing.